So I did my devotion and now it's time to work out. I try to do this like 3 to 4 times a week. It hasn't been bad. I start with cardio just to warm up. And also like I'm a runner, so I try to like go with running just by using it as a warm up because I haven't ran long distance in a little minute, but I need to. So I try to do that, and then I do my stretches and I do the Gymshark app workouts, usually like strength workouts. So I just use like dumbbells or whatever for my workout, and I just work on a different body part each time. So like this week I've been doing a lot of lower body. I think I might do either abs or arms today, but I like do this, the treadmill workouts. I've been starting off like slower at the beginning of the week or at the beginning of the month because I've been kind of inconsistent. So like anytime I stop running for a little minute, I go back to walks. So I do 5-minute walks on the incline, and then I like slowly increase to 5-minute running. And so now I'm on 10-minute runs just to like prepare for the next time I want to do a long distance run. I always have that momentum. So let's get to it. Okay, no, for real, I'm about to work out. So I like to stretch my hips before my workouts because I found when I used to just go straight into a workout and not stretching before, I used to be injuring some ligaments, and nobody wants to do that. And when I started stretching my hips specifically before I would do my workouts, I felt like my results were so much better because I was able to use my hips for like lower body workouts better. And so obviously if you're able to perform better, the results are better. For me, I learned how to do my own stretches catered to my own body and my goals and towards like the workouts I were doing, because I would try and like find stretching videos on YouTube, but certain videos like they were too long. I didn't feel like they stretched me as well as I should have been stretched. I just ended up piecemealing whatever I could get from those videos, and I felt like worked for me, and then I combined it from what I know always worked for me in high school when I started working out, because I cheered in high school until like obviously cheerleaders are flexible, like we always stretch, so I kept those in my routine since then. If you're trying to figure out what stretches you should do before working out, I would say the Nike app, YouTube, anybody you can find like that you trust, I would go ahead and just do that because you need stretches. Like don't go straight to a workout without stretching, please. I'm gonna insert a clip of me working out for my camera because I need my phone to do the workout on the Gymshark app. After my workout, I like to do cool down stretches. It's really quick, so we're just gonna go through them together. Starting off with arm circles, 10 in the front, 10 in the back. I don't even know what count this is because I wasn't even thinking about the count, so let's just go back 10 times. I like to do figure 4 stretch, just like that. Just hold it for 20 seconds. And I also like to stretch my sides, just like that. And then also my calves. It's the butterfly stretch. Ooh, chill.
That are talking about breaking idolatry. We don't really see it. And even when I knew that God was like, you need to talk about idolatry in the marketplace, I was like, well, this is something that most people don't think that they're doing. And I know what it comes with. It means that I won't be invited to every stage. And that's okay. The Lord will make a table. He'll prepare a table for you. And it's already prepared. But it's going to, like, yes, AI is just like the internet. And so if that's not something that you feel led to.
Okay, so just to give y'all context on what I was watching, if you've heard of Social Docs, she's on like, I think every platform. She basically educates entrepreneurs on how to do business God's way. And so I attended her first 2 free sessions on Monday and Tuesday, and then they had like a VIP access, like 3-day conference called the Nehemiah Room, and basically give you more insight on how to like make offers and more detailed insight on the strategies that you can use practically in your business. So I really needed that because I need to look for God's wisdom to give me strategy on what it is that he's calling me to do creatively. Just for a backstory, I am living home at this time. I'm not working a full-time job. And that is because I know, like, for so long, the Lord has been calling me out of just applying for jobs and working jobs that has nothing to do with my gifts that he's placed on me. And I know I've been called to create, but now I'm in a space where it's just like, okay, Lord, like, you know, how is this gonna allow me to live and, you know, make a profit? I know that I'm called to serve people through content that I create, but as far as like, how is that gonna translate into actual deals and offers and like all that stuff, like, I'm trying to figure that out right now. So that class was really, really helpful on it. I started creating content for businesses back in, I want to say 2022, when I was working at my family's business. They needed a person to basically like keep their social media going, and they knew that I was in school for marketing. So I ended up just taking that, and then there was like, I believe like the summer after I graduated from college, I moved back home, and I wasn't able to work for them, but I ended up working for a YouTuber. And so I started creating content for her, and then I ended up creating content for 2 other clients. So at that time it was freelance social media, but I just knew like there was more that I needed, that career aspect as far as finances, and I just knew I needed to build my own brand before I were to work with another client. And so right now I'm in the process of figuring out what that looks like, because I actually gave up on it. Just to speak to anybody who like knows that God has given them a dream or like a certain calling to focus on, and you're like just at jobs for financial stability. I gave up on it. I moved. I worked a job that had nothing to do with what God called me to do or anything about what I'm passionate about. And the Lord directed me back into creating content. So I moved back. And so now it's just like the waiting game, just trusting God and seeing how he's going to work this out. But also like just prioritizing the fact that this isn't about me. This is about the people who he's wanted me to draw unto him. So like, that's another thing. Like if you're in business, if you're trying to figure out, you know, like, okay, Lord, like I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to be able to make myself a living. it's not just about that. It's about who he's calling you to serve and what you can provide to your audience that has a specific problem that you can provide a solution to. So yeah, that's that. This is just what I'm having for lunch. A BLT, but it has turkey on it and some fries. So I'm thinking it's gonna be real good. So for the rest of the day, I have to edit a good bit of things. I have to edit a few reels. I have to post stuff, but I have to edit a few reels and a YouTube video. And I don't know if I'm gonna do this, but I gotta wash. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this today, but I do need to wash my hair, so y'all are gonna see that. I'm gonna be using some different products today just because I'm running low on my Crystals Curls biotin shampoo and conditioner. And my sister left some Design Essential products, which I always love Design Essentials, but I didn't realize how much I loved it until my hairstylist back at where I used to live used them on my hair, and they just work so well. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna have to pre-poo and let it sit for about 3 hours. I'm probably gonna wash it out today since I have to film. And then after that, I think I just have to work on a few other things. One thing about being an entrepreneur is like you have so many projects to work on. Like it's never just like one lane that you're working on. It's always all these different projects. So yes, I will be doing that. Why did I wait till 9 o'clock to do this? Who knows? But I didn't pre-poo my hair. It's gonna stay in overnight because I'm not washing my hair tonight. You can watch how I pre-poo my hair in my updated wash day routine. You're gonna need a shirt or like a towel you don't really care about, 4 clips, a wooden comb, a scalp massager, saran wrap, and a scarf. But I'm not gonna use a scarf today. I'm gonna use like towel wrap thing. Okay, don't know how I forgot the oils, but y'all definitely need this for a pre-poo. So the scalp oil for my pre-poo that I've been using is the Rosemary Scalp Treatment by the Innate Life. And the oil for my ends is castor oil. I'm gonna have to do an updated pre-poo routine because a lot of these products changed. Any part of my hygiene earlier because I didn't have time before my meeting. So after I brush my teeth, I'm going to show you what I use for skincare. My skin is not perfect, but some practices that help me clear my skin is using the scrubber, doing the Aztec clay mask every week, and using this product. Using this product really worked. Just did my devotion, so I'm about to wash this out. I will be using a few different products, but I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna use and all that you're gonna need for the wash day. Of course, you can refer back to my full wash day routine to see the details about it. So So I'm still going to use the Tea Tree Special to clarify my scalp. I'm going to be using Design Essential products. These are just some products that my sister loves. So I'm going to be using the Almond and Avocado line, the sulfate-free shampoo, leave-in conditioner, and then the regular conditioner to deep condition. I'm telling you, my scalp is very stimulated and my ends are very moisturized. And I go in with the clarifying twice just to get all of this gunk out. And then for the Almond and Avocado shampoo, this will be like restoring the moisture back in. So I rinse this with water first, but I try to rinse with cold water because with warm water, it makes my scalp kind of itch. So rinse it out with like lukewarm cold water. How thick this is. I can already feel the moisture back in my hair, but it has rosemary and mint, like, so it's almost like it's stimulating and moisturizing at the same time. I love that. All right, we'll keep this on for 30 minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, already loving this leave-in conditioner. Has great slip and it doesn't feel too thick. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is it going to be moisturizing? But okay, update. Unfortunately, it wasn't moisturizing, and also my hair flaked. My hair never flakes with my gel, so I don't know. Of course, using my 808 base gel to define, but just with the Almond and Avocado leave-in conditioner. This is the final look, and all I have to say is it's already stretched. And usually if you see me doing my wash and goes, I let it dry how it is with the blow dryer, and then I go back and stretch it myself with bands. And the fact that it's already stretched, I don't know if it's that product or just the fact that I blow dried it downward, but it's working for me. So thank you guys for joining me for my monthly hair vlog, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye guys.